What's up today, my fellow Madden soldiers? So what I'm going to be doing right now is going over all the wide receivers in MUT 23, and I'm going to let you guys know which are my two top recommendations. And the only reason why I say top two is because only got so many cards. I don't want to do a top 10 or a top 5. I'm going to show you guys my top two, but there will be a few more as I go through them and speak about them, because I will be showing you guys budget beasts who I feel are good and so forth. But my top two recommendations are basic, in my opinion, are going to be the best receivers in the game at the onset of MUT 23. There might be other receivers who are going to, especially depending on what type of schemes you're running. But in my opinion, I'm going to show you guys my top two. And in the comment section, after we go through this, or if you already know, please let me know who your top receivers are going to be. I already got mine because I'm going to run a Cowboy theme team, so I already have my receivers. But if I didn't, the ones that I recommend will definitely be the ones that I'll be going with. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So anyways, let's check it out right here. We got 85 overall AJ Brown. What I will say right now is we're not going in no particular order. We're just going to go through all the cards, and then I'm going to give you my top two recommendation. But this AJ Brown, 82 speed, 84 jumping, 83 catching, 82 catching traffic, 85 spectacular, 84 short route, 82 medium route, 83 deep route. So definitely, I mean, I wouldn't even consider him a budget beat because he's an 85 overall. If his speed was a little bit higher, it'd be different. But he's actually a decent card. If you're running the theme team, he's actually going to be a decent card. He might be better than a lot of us expect. I will say that about the card. Then we got 85 overall, Mike Evans, right? Speed, jumping, catching traffic. These get spectacular. This is actually a pretty well-rounded card for an 85 overall. To me, this is an 85 overall version of a card. If you're running a theme team, I guarantee you he's going to be a decent card. I definitely wouldn't pick him up, but he is actually a pretty decent card for a theme team, or maybe even as a budget beast, right? But decent card. Then we got 85 overall Deebo Samuel. And let me tell you one thing, for all your Deebo Samuel fans or all you 49er fans, I know you guys are very upset about this card because I'm not even a Deebo Samuel fan. Like I'm not saying I don't have nothing against him. I just never. I use so many different cards in MUT, or I just never really tripped on him. And then playing football wise, I respect him as a football player. But anyways, but with that being said, to me they disrespected this card. I will say that, considering how much work did he put in as a player, because I did see him play, and this guy was actually. He had his whole team on his back. He actually was making plays happen, and I felt that not only should EA give him a higher overall, I mean, if you're going to give him a low overall, give him better stats than this. So that's what I will say about this card. I don't even have to comment on his stats. You guys already know. Like, come on, you're going to give him 88 jumping? Like, that's the best stat he has on this card. Like, why would you give him jumping? 88. I'd rather have took that in the speed. I would rather take 88 speed and everything else be the way it is. Like, I'd rather the speed and the jumping be reversed, and I'll be more happy with the card. Even though it still should be better than that, I think a lot of people would still have been a lot happier with it, right? So I will say that about that. Deandre Hopkins. Card's pretty well rounded for an 85 overall. I will say that. 86 jumping, 85 catching traffic, 84 catching. So it's well rounded. But like I said, though, to me it's going to be more. This card's going to be more good so for a theme team. Then we got 85 overall Stefan Diggs. I'm actually surprised that they gave him 85 speed. Maybe he's getting a lot faster in the game that EA thinks that he is, or I don't know how it is. But the only reason I say that, not because I'm saying that he's not fast, but the fact that EA usually don't give him that high of a speed. Look, he's an 85 overall with 85 speed. They matched overall with the speed. They usually don't do that, especially when it comes to a Stefan Diggs card. So this is actually going to be a decent card, especially if you're running a theme team. So to me, I would recommend him more like as a budget beast. And the reason why I say budget beast, 85 would probably be a little bit expensive, but not that much though. Maybe like 60K. Some people could afford it, some people can't. But to me, that's a budget piece, because other cars are going to be going for like 250, 300, 400, 500 and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. So when I say budget beast, it could be like 60 and lower. 70 would be a little bit too much. I don't want to consider that a budget beast, but 60 and lower would be pretty decent, right? Even 62K. Then we got this wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, 86 overall. Let me just tell you right now, in my opinion, this card is not. They should have at least up the speed a little bit more. But yeah, this is definitely the one. For being an 86 overall, they disrespected this card. 86 overall, Jamar Chase. This is actually a pretty decent card. I like it. Of course, like I said, there's always going to be stats that we want better. But considering they give him 86 speed, 87 jumping, and 86 deep route, and all his other stats are in the 80s, I'll say this is actually a pretty decent card. Yeah, this is actually a pretty decent card. It's not one that I'm going to say I recommend, but it's a pretty decent card. Then we got Tyreek Hill, 87 overall. They actually gave him some real good. They gave him some real good stats. Surprisingly, year after year, they usually give him like better speed and a couple other decent stats. But this one right here, they actually give him real good stats. It's catching traffic. I don't know why they did him on that, because using this card year after year, I mean, he's usually jumping up in the air and just grabbing that ball. So I don't know why they did that, but that I wouldn't even really trip on. Like, if they give him good catching traffic, that's cool. But stuff like that, I wouldn't trip on. The jumping, I wouldn't trip on, because I figured he's going to jump up 100 feet up in the air anyway. That's just the way Madden is. But in the end, I will say he's actually a pretty decent card. I like this card. 87 overall, Devontae Adams. This is another card that I actually like. I will say that, because for an 87 overall Devontae Adams, they usually don't give him that much speed, which is not, to some people may not be a lot, but it's a lot more than they usually will give him. Usually for an 87 overall, they'll probably give him 84 to 83 speed. And look at all his other stats. Everything else is in that high 80. Look at 85 jumping, 86 catching, 87 catching traffic, 87 spectacular, 87 short route, 85 deep route. I mean, 85 medium route, and 82 deep route. So all his stats is actually pretty decent. So that is actually a pretty decent card. And then you got 88 overall Cooper Kupp. This right here is a decent card. Cooper Kupp, 85 speed. It's not a lot of speed for an 88, but they usually don't give him a lot of speed anyway. But for a theme team, he's going to be insane. And just a card in general going to be decent, right? Because look at 85 speed. Look at 85 deep route, 87 medium route, 87 short route, 88 catching, 86 catching traffic, 84 spectacular. The only thing they didn't give him was good jumping, but it's like whatever. He's going to jump up and get anyway because he's tall. So this card is actually really good. Then we got this card right here. Let me go ahead and put these stats up in here. Wide receiver Chris Olay, 80. So he's a rookie premier, 86 speed. These rookie premieres, I'm gonna tell you, all these rookie premieres are gonna go through. Majority of them are pretty decent cards. He has well-rounded stats. This is actually a real good card. That's what I will say about that. Now let's go to the next one. Let's check out this one. Let me go ahead and zoom in on it. 86 speed, 88 catching, 83 deep route, 84 medium route, 87 short route, 85 spectacular. This card all around is pretty good. And the reason why I say that is because he's an 86 overall. And look at all the stats they gave him. This is what I'm talking about. This is the way a card should look. Then we got this one right here. I'm just gonna say this. It's all right. If you're running a theme team, it'll be cool. It'll be doable. But yeah, they should have did this card a lot better. I'm not really okay with this card. And then this one right here is just, yeah. I do like the jumping, but like I said, though, I figure they're gonna jump up in there and do it anyway, grab the ball anyway. It's well-rounded for an 86 overall. It's cool. I like it. It's cool. But in consideration of other cards, no, not up there. It's 86 overall. Danny Gray, though, is actually pretty. I do like this card. This is actually a pretty decent card. Yes, this is the only reason why I wouldn't recommend it. This is not going to be one of the ones I recommend. I'm going to show you guys right now is because in consideration of the other cards that I'm going to tell you guys right now, show you guys in a minute that I'm going to recommend. He's probably going to be going for a lot, you know, because they're rookie premieres. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I'm assuming they are. And if you're going to spend your coins on one of the rookie premieres, or if you're not going to pick one, then I definitely wouldn't. This ain't the one I'll be going with. Jalen Tolbert. I'm a Cowboys fan. And yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend this card for anybody. Just based on the fact that they did him. In my opinion, they should have given him better speed and other things too, but it is what it is. This 86 overall Gabriel Davis, though, well-rounded. It's pretty decent, pretty well-rounded. I do like this card, and I like the fact that it comes in with baked-in abilities, so it's actually pretty decent. All right, so we got this 82 Elijah Moore. I put him in here because he is a wide receiver, and he's one of the ones that's going to be a part of the promo day one, which is the headliner. So I put him in there. This ain't one of the cards I recommend, but I added them in there just to show you guys all the wide receivers. For a budget beast, he'll be all right, but there's actually better budget beasts. Not too bad for an 82 overall. He got 84 speed for an 82 overall, so it's not bad if you're running a Jets team. It'll actually do you a lot more justice considering that, you know, for an 82 overall, he got 84 speed. But let me go ahead and show you guys my top 2. Let me go back over here. I'm going to show you guys right now. This is going to be right here my number 1 card when it comes to receivers. And I know some of you guys are like, why this, why that, Tyreek this, Tyreek that, or whatever it is. Like I said, if that Tyreek card probably be OP, might be the best card in the game. It usually is, no matter the stats. I'm basing it on stats. I'm basing it on how it's looking, the route, how like evened out the stats are. And this card right here, look at everything is in the 80s. And some of it is close to the high, like 86 speed. For an 86 overall, 84 catch traffic, 88 catching, 84 jumping, 85 spectacular, 87 short route, 84 medium route, 83 deep route. Route rounded, to me, this is gonna be the best card day 1 in Madden. Like I said, there's probably gonna be other cards. People are gonna find out. They'll probably do some good. They might not be as fast, but they might be a little bit OP. But I'm gonna according to stats, to me, this is gonna be my number 1. Some of you guys may agree, some of you guys may not agree, but you know, it is what it is. But let me go. Okay, so this is another one. This is gonna be my second one. So it really be between those two. Once again, if the other one goes for too much, Cooper Kupp will be my number 1 to go with if that's not the case. And what I like about this Cooper Kupp, once again, because his whole stats are well-rounded. All his stats are very well-rounded. His catching traffic, short route, medium route, deep route, everything is decent on this card. He's the highest overall wide receiver, but not just that, his stats actually speak for itself. The only reason why someone won't pick him is because he does got an 87 overall from a pre-order. So if you guys don't get that one, then this is another card to look at. But his pre-order is going to come with slaughter printed, so a lot of people are probably going to want that. So it's going to be Cooper Kupp, and the other guy I showed you, I can't really pronounce his name, but then we're going to be the top 2 wide receivers that I'm going to recommend. Like I said, there's a lot of other receivers that are pretty decent. Everyone's going to be... All the receivers I showed you, pretty sure you guys will be able to do a lot with them. But like I said, these are the top 2 that I recommend. Let me know the top receivers that you think are going to be the top ones in Madden. And once again, we'll find out once Madden starts. But anyways, there it is there. If you guys like seeing what you've seen, drop a like on the video. If you guys need subs to the channel, there will be more great, amazing content coming your way. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'm out.